Hello, and welcome to my reaction to the Flux Chapter 3, known as Once Upon Time. So right off the bat, I just want to begin with, I really did not expect the Daleks to appear at all. And also, that they looked horrible. The CGI on the Daleks wasn't very good, and I think honestly, if they'd just gotten two or three of the old Dalek props out of the store cupboard, probably would have looked a lot better and also just as threatening. Because when you see about 20 CGI Daleks roll past and none of them notice the character being there, it's not threatening. It just makes the people go, oh, there's the Daleks. And then they don't actually do anything, and it's a bit boring. Speaking of terrible CG, those blue particles that were the time storm stuff, oh god, I took one look at those and thought, Jesus Christ, are we back in the 80s again? Because they really did look like some of those old effects in the 80s. Really not very good. I thought that it was a good resolution to the cliffhanger from the last episode, sort of. I mean, it was a bit rushed in the fact that it's just the Doctor thinking, and then a bunch of cuts to, she's done this, then she's done this, then she's done this, and boom, we're in the middle of a time storm or something. Which was, it was alright, it was pretty good. Of course, this led on to the fact that the Division have returned. Of course, we did see them in the first episode, and also Carvinister being part of the Division. But now, of course, we get a look at the Doctor and also her, I guess you could say, a squad fighting against Swarm, and that was good to see the history behind those two and the backstory in the third episode instead of later on. So it got some clarity. It's also good to see Jo Martin back. I had a feeling that she would return when they mentioned, oh, our battle's been going on for a long time. Long time, timeless child, Jo Martin. It's as simple as that, really. It was also good to see Carvinister was actually part of it, linking him back. When I saw that Dan's avatar, I guess you could say, Avatar Division member, had the same weapon as Carvinister, I thought, okay, maybe it's the fact that both of them are linked. He replaced Carvinister in the messed up timeline, it was quite good to see, and also, of course, see Jo Martin, well, not really Jo Martin, but to see the Doctor confront Swarm twice, in a way. That was quite good. Speaking more about the Division, I thought it was really good to see actually how they operated. They were quite methodical, they knew exactly what they were doing, they planned everything out, and of course used time itself as weapons, because they did say something about, I think it was a nitro bomb that would freeze time around them, or slow it down, but keep them at a normal pace, sort of like you're going super speed in a way. And that was quite good to see, the fact that, yes, they're Time Lords, but they don't care about breaking the rules of time like others. But we, of course, got the massive reveal. Well, not sort of massive, but the fact that it was in the Dark Times, which was good to see, because the Dark Times, of course, as we know, didn't really have any rules of time. Time wasn't organised, people didn't age, or, well, they aged, but they didn't die, or they rarely did unless it was an accident. It's good to see that we're calling back to something that hasn't been talked about since Time Lord Victorious, but before that, of course, the classic series. We haven't seen something like that since State of Decay, I think, or somewhere far back. But it was good to see the fact that time is now being explained as how did in the Dark Times they control time? Well, they used the people standing on the pillars on the planet Time. I've forgotten the name of them. Yeah, it was good to see an explanation to that in the show instead of just expanded media, though it may not be something that an average casual viewer would know about, which is, it is a kind of a thing for the fans, but at the same time, it's introducing something new to the casual viewer. So the Cybermen have returned, and they haven't really done much. In the trailer, it was, oh my god, the Cybermen are back. We've got the same design as the Timeless Children, which was a pretty good design. And they didn't really do much, which was an issue. Well, not really an issue, it was a disappointment, the fact that the Cybermen, they may come back later, so I may be just chatting out of nowhere, but the Cybermen, they should have done a little bit more, should have been more prominent, I think. It's like bringing in the Daleks, except you're giving them a small monologue with a character. It's just, it's okay, I guess. But of course the main villains, I guess that wasn't really a main... Well, no, the main villain was time, I guess. Of course Swarm is the main villain of the entire Flux arc, but The main villain of this one in particular is almost certainly just time itself. Time is just changing, it's throwing everyone around, and the Weeping Angels, as per usual, are literally hijacking time. They are using the flux and the whole temporal decay, the time-space disturbance, using it to their advantage and just going wild. And the fact that the Weeping Angels got planted throughout, I think, was good to serve as a, oh my god, the Weeping Angels are back. They're going to take over the TARDIS now, and they're going to pilot the Doctor to, I think, the Village of Angels, which is probably what's going to happen. As we all know, the next episode is called The Village of Angels, and the next time trailer for that looks absolutely wonderful. An entire village disappearing, and there's only one explanation. Weeping Angels. That is going to be something very scary, I bet. Because obviously time is being changed, we now got more backstory to Vinder, who obviously being a character who showed up in the first episode, had a load of mystery around him, showed up in the second episode, still had a load of mystery around him, but now in the third episode we've gotten loads more backstory. We know essentially who he is, I think what planet he's from, we know that he's a soldier, and I think sort of a bodyguard in a way, or he got reassigned to being a bodyguard, and also what got him put on Outpost Rose. And we also learned of his wife or girlfriend or something, and how they were trying to find him. It was a very predictable plotline. So of course at the beginning we had Belle's story, and it's just her trying to find him, but we don't know it's him yet, but you can kind of guess it. But yeah, I think it was good to have more look on Vinder, so that as a pseudo-companion, we have more of an attachment to him. He's not just there, and it's like, oh, okay, why? So yeah, it was pretty good to see that. But anyway, that's enough rambling from me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and before I go, I just want to say, in the last video, one thing I did forget to mention in my reaction was that the General's plan, the whole blowing up the Sontaran ships at the end, where it's just revealed, haha, I planted gunpowder. Yeah, that was really stupid. Overall, it was a pretty good episode, but other than that, yeah, it was pretty good. But thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe if you liked it, so bye.